Hello, everybody. Call Store here of FightfulBoxing.com. Here to share some news regarding the WBC heavyweight title situation. But it's not the heavyweight title situation that you're thinking of. It's not Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury news. It's Dominic Breazeale versus Dillian Whyte news. Here's the article as it appears on Fightful.com. It was announced earlier today that Dillian Whyte and Dominic Breazeale have been ordered to fight for the newly created Interim WBC heavyweight title. The order was made today as it appears that Dominic Breazeale, who has been the mandatory challenger for the WBC heavyweight title being held by Deontay Wilder, will not get the shot at Wilder's belt for quite some time. He has been the mandatory challenger since November 2017, depending on what side of the story from the WBC that you're hearing from, but that's neither here nor there. So Dominic Breazeale has been waiting and waiting and waiting for his shot. He had been waiting under the assumption that that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua were going to fight. That's why the WBC has held off on ordering Deontay Wilder fighting Dominic Breazeale for so long, because they wanted to get the Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua fight underway. But we're in 2019, and that fight does not appear to happen until maybe late 2019 at the absolute earliest. Deontay Wilder is currently negotiating a deal to rematch against Tyson Fury. The WBC did order Wilder to fight Fury once again. So where did that leave Dominic Breazeale? Well, he has to wait for more time to get a shot at Deontay Wilder. But over on the Dillian Whyte side, he has been at the top of the WBC rankings for quite some time, even though Dominic Breazeale is the mandatory challenger. And when Dillian Whyte was going to negotiate a fight against Anthony Joshua for April 13, well, that fight didn't really happen. The negotiations stalled, not a lot of progress being made, and so the fight was called off. Now, the plan is to have Dillian Whyte fight at the O2 Arena in London on April 20, with no opponent being set, but he did say recently that he wanted to fight Dominic Breazeale. He is at the top of the WBC charts at heavyweight and wanted to fight Breazeale to get the mandatory shot at Deontay Wilder in the future. So Dominic Breazeale responded saying that he would also like to fight Dillian Whyte. And now the two appear interested in fighting, and instead of just making a mandatory title eliminator to create the mandatory challenger, the WBC has gone out and said we're gonna up the ante, and there will be an interim title being on the line for the fight. Now the two have not officially signed the deal to fight. They are currently in a negotiations period. March 19th is the deadline. Otherwise, there will be a purse bid being held at the WBC headquarters in Mexico City, Mexico. Overall, this is a fantastic heavyweight fight. As we've seen time and time again, if you put Dillian Whyte in front of the right opponent, the right style, you can have magic in the ring with Dillian Whyte. We've seen it twice with the fight between Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora. We've seen it in the fight against Joseph Parker. Even though that wasn't really action-packed, it was filled with a lot of drama that went down to the wire. In the final round, Dillian Whyte ended up winning that fight, but that was a tense fight for British boxing over there. It was a really good fight last year. And with Dominic Breazeale being a good puncher, an aggressive fighter, I think Dominic Breazeale versus Dillian Whyte has the makings to be something really, really special. I don't know so much about being an interim WBC heavyweight title fight. I think with naming this a title eliminator would have been just enough. Putting the interim title on the line is just really putting a hat on a hat, but that's neither here nor there. Dillian Whyte versus Dominic Breazeale has been ordered. March 19th is the deadline for the two to negotiate a deal. Head on over to FightfulBoxing.com for all the latest news regarding boxing. You can head on over to Fightful MMA for all the news regarding MMA, and FightfulWrestle.com for all the news, exclusives, reviews, and all the hootenanny regarding pro wrestling. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our new Fightful MMA and boxing channel. Call us through our FightfulBoxing.com. We're out.